come with us to Harry's first show of the year, which is the Marina Fay Memorial Horse Show. So first of all, I headed over and got Harry out of his stable, and then I took off his little rug. Then I got him groomed, so I just brushed through his forelock and then his mane. He had a bath earlier in the week, so he was lovely and shiny. And then, hello Harry. Then I got him all brushed off, got all the dust off him, got him nice and clean, and then I oiled his hooves just to give him a bit of a shine. Now the oil comes off after about 2 seconds of being there, but it's the thought that counts. Then it was time for his first class of the day when we got there, which is the performance class. As you can see, he didn't really like the first obstacle, but he went through then. And then on to the second obstacle, which was this tarp he had to walk over. A bit of dramatics, but he still did it. Then we went on to obstacle number 3, which is where he had to put his front 2 feet into a hula hoop and stand for 10 seconds, which I think took him 30 seconds to get into the hula hoop, which is... we should have done a bit more practice basically, but he still stood really nicely when he got in there. Then we left that and moved on to the next obstacle, which was just a gate we had to open and close. This was very easy. It was just like putting him out in the field, so he knew what he was doing. Then we came on to the bending posts, which we kind of had to half walk, half trot through, but he still did very, very well. And then we upped a gear and flew over this little fence, and then had some issues with stopping, and then turned to the left and went to this little bit of foam he had to walk over, where we had to have a bit of dramatics. But then he thought it was going to eat him, and then I just put my foot on it to let him know it's safe, and then he was like, oh okay, it's not going to kill me, and he walked over it really nicely. Then it was time for his proper showing classes to start. So his first one was the open Shetland. So I've left in some clips so that you can see what we do at a miniature horse show. It's very similar to in-hand showing, except just with tiny little ponies. So the judge has a look at him and his conformation. Then we walk away and just trot back and then join the group again. Then he was pulled in first and actually won the class. We were so happy because he has been going to the show for 4 years and this is the first time he's ever won, so we were thrilled. Then he went back to the box and had a little bit of hay, and then it was time for his jumping class. So it was based on each jump was marked out of a score of 10, and then all the scores were added to form your final mark. And obviously the best score wins. So Harry ended up placing second in this class. He went very speedy. So we had a few control issues from time to time, but he really enjoyed it, and I think it was a great addition to the schedule this year. Then it was time for his amateur handler class, and he performed so well in this class and ended up placing third overall, which we are really happy with. Then he met his best friend Polo, and they had a drink and a little sniff together. And then he watched a couple classes with me before his final class of the day, which was the mountain and moorland class. He was the smallest pony in here by a good few hands. He was very small compared to the others, but he still performed absolutely amazingly. Then he was actually pulled in second place, which we were so thrilled with. We were not expecting it at all, so we were over the moon with him. He also did a rescue class. I just didn't film it, but he ended up placing joint first, as the judge could not pick between all the little ponies that were in the class, so she gave everyone first, which was really nice. And he also placed second in the performance class. I forgot to say that earlier. And then it was time to head home after a very successful day. We were so proud of him. So well done, Harry.